and Impunity SG, people got to get this right in their mind, right? Like,
away is probably gonna pass away soon. Is he gonna go straight down to JPL, receiving quite a bit of damage, but it does seem like the Rhapsody didn't quite do that well for the side of Potato. Takeaway now heads himself back home and allowing Reminiscent as well as Miku to earn a little bit more gold and EXP for themselves. But on to the laning phase, let us just discuss it a little bit more. With Bane fighting against with Benedetta at the top lane, Yu Zhong fighting against this Baxia at the bottom lane. I am a big fan for Baxia at the side lane. It can shut down Yu Zhong pretty darn well.
Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, like, he has that slow... I mean, but you have to think of the side of Yu Zhong too.
Lots of potential.
Lots of potential. They are leaking with potential, but you have to think too, but... Oh, that's only in the early game, but we're going to proceed on to the late game all the way, and that's how they do it. And speaking of late game, there's a game in pass. So Takeaway, you know, literally nearly died there from that level 1 fight. So it was just an exchange of, you know, blows or jabs, if you will. You know, they started a bit aggressive. They were just testing out water, you know. They might have screamed before, but, you know, they're just testing out, you know, are you aggressive?
Kind of like testing distance in some sense.
Exactly. So like, are you aggressive? Are you passive? Or are you passive aggressive? Or are you aggressive passive? So they are just testing out, you know, the stress. It comes naturally. They do not understand.
What is like the zone? How close must we be in order to deal some damage? How close must we be to kind of lock the opponents down or something like that? But speaking of lockdown, I really do want to emphasize that a little bit.
Evos.
Impunity, F1.
I mean, Impunity, you do have that Fasa. Nothing else, actually.
Just a stun, that is pretty much all. Because what Impunity SG wants to look out for, right? The ideal play is...
Oh, Takeaway gets ejected all the way back nearly to the turret range right there. Potato and JPL saw them. So he immediately, with the quick reflexes, tried to catch him out. But look at Rizal.
It does seem like Rizal is just get himself away, or rather deal some damage. But unfortunately, it does seem like Camilla is going to be the one that receives that first blood. Wow. But unfortunately, it is going to go against the side of Evos SG because they took the first blood, but they... they took the first blood for Impunity, right? They took the first blood, but they lost 2 members.
Exactly. They got JPL, but in the process, they had to lose Rizal and Takeaway. So, I mean,
it's a normal trade.
It's a good trade.
In one way or another. But Evos SG, they will find more opportunities to just jump right on top of Evos. And in the meantime, the Black Dragon form coming from Girl, the hard gun is just going to be popping around on top of Girl as well. Here we go.
Takeaway looking very, very low right now, and Rizal is going to get taken down too by Girl. Girl played Yu Zhong yesterday. Was amazing. Girl played Yu Zhong was a beast, literal beast.
I am not too sure how Evos SG is going to be stomping the side of Impunity. I'm pretty sure that it is very much possible because of the fact that they do have this Jawhead. Unfortunately, the Force Ejector from JPL is not going to land on the Tiny. Electo, the final blow, right on top of the head of JPL. Really unfortunate for JPL. A little mistake here and there as Tiny easily got that kill without losing her own life.
I mean, you can't blame lag right now, right? Since it's a LAN event. And you can't... He literally... I didn't know what JPL was doing. He was literally standing under the turret.
Yeah, he even had Force Ejector on. Exactly. I think it's a little bit slow on that part. But
the eject, he got the eject really, really fast. But on the same time as we are speaking right now, Miku is looking a little bit low. Takeaway! Stunning all 3 of Evos right there. But it's not going to be getting any sort of follow-ups. But back to the point where I say JPL immediately flipped Takeaway right at the bottom lane, but then that reaction at top lane was a little bit slow. I mean, what's wrong with him?
I'm not exactly sure what is going on, but there could be a little bit of wrong micromanagement, or rather a little bit of wrong microing from the side of JPL. It could have definitely been a kill in favor for Evos, but that didn't quite work out. In fact, he lost his own life instead, and that is just a big play coming from Evos that gone wrong. But it's just one small little problem. I don't see that that is going to be such a big thing. The hard gun just going to be popped onto JPL. Immediately goes for the turnaround. Takeaway. They might be going for the next one as well, as Girl is just going to be in Black Dragon form, just completely locking down Rizal. The next one down, the Tortoise's Poissons is not going to be burning the Evos SG players down just about yet. And now Evos SG managed to get themselves with 4 kills on top of Impunity.
Wow, and Riser gets caught out just like that. I do not understand what was JPL doing in that team fight. JPL literally walked in, did not do anything or brought anything to the game. Like, until Scoop actually came in and, provided some support for him, and then the action started taking Riser down.
The turtle is now available for the picking for either side, but it is more about who has gotten the control of the turtle's den. Who is it going to be? Would it be Evos SG or would it be Impunity?
Oh,
because
Tiny.
It does seem like it could actually be Impunity, as the rest of Impunity, they tried to go for the initiation. One of the members just tried to go for the turtle pick, but unfortunately Potato is the one that pretty much got it all. The force ejector coming from JPL. Take away down where we have the Phantom Airstrike. Cancel it out. And Impunity will have their back against the wall with a total of 3,000 gold loss. They are unable to win a fight against Evos.
Well, Reminiscence literally did get caught out there, but he did back away. But Takeaway and Riser were caught in the middle of that crossfire, losing Riser in the process. But it was a good play from Evos. They managed to get it, and now it puts Evos SG up at the top, giving them a 3,000 goal lead advantage.
And now, the first tier turret in the top lane is pretty much going to be taken out by Evos real soon, and there we go. Objective gaming from Evos SG all around the board. Now that the top lane and the top lane and the mid lane first tier turret is down, it will be a lot easier for Evos to raid the opponent's jungle up north. So JPL will have a very, very big role to play. Trying to get himself to every single brush, just kind of understand what is the general movement of Impunity in order to catch them completely off guard or even single out the opponents, such as the Benedetta at the bottom lane now.
Tiny is literally getting pincered right now, but Evos SG is not going to clamp down on him. Instead, Tiny is going to give away the tier 1 turret here over to Evos SG, putting them even further from the goal lead that they are trying to equalize.
And here we go. Electo is just going to be popped right on the Tiny. He tries to get himself out with a sword-out strike, but unfortunately, it did not work towards his way. It is a 3v1 after all. Impunity SG, even though they have lost Tiny down in the bottom lane as well as the second-tier turret, Impunity tried to go for a little bit of turnaround
Pokemon get caught out.
top.
Gets slowed down. Here comes the Baby Shark, and Pokemon gets swapped out, and Swoop comes in at the wrong timing with his ultimate, but it is okay. It's okay, but look at JPL. JPL is going to try to catch on Takeaway, but he is focusing on Reminiscence. He goes for the unstoppable force.
And Girl immediately tries to get himself into the heart of the enemies. Will be able to get himself a different amount of kill. The mega kill coming in from Potato. The fight coming in from 4v3 is just going to be continuing on. Electo, final blow, is not going to be ending the life of JPL just yet. The Phantom Airstrike from Miku brings one down and tries to stabilize the economy just by a little bit more, as Impunity SG pushes Evos SG away from the 50 line, away from the river, as they try to establish back control from Evos SG.
I mean, I've got to give it for Miku. An amazing timing on that Feather Airstrike to actually catch down Potato, and that's the main thing. Potato is the one that actually glues the team together. He is the one who is there to deal the damage, especially too for Reminiscence. Let's take a look at the highlights right now and look at this. Take a look at this.
JPL stayed alive for a little bit too long. He even stayed alive down there. A little bit of a BM. Not really BM, just kind of like a cheering emote here and there. And that is where Miku joins into the fray and kaboom to Potato. Because of the fact that he managed to kaboom Potato into oblivion, Tiny stayed alive. If not for that, I'm pretty sure that a Rhapsody or literally any AA attack from this Ranger will be able to bring the Benedetta down.
Exactly, and Tiny with that great re-engagement to bring Evos back into the game, but JPL is just going a 1v3. He's the same place too, and look at Girl. Girl is going to try to catch on Reminiscence. Reminiscence is going to be staying alive. Takeaway goes down, and Riser goes down too, but Reminiscence gets down too. What a kill coming in from Girl. Mega kill too. What an amazing play from Evos here, just snowballing Impunity into a corner, and Miku and Tiny are the only ones left from Impunity SG.
That is the same damn thing that happened at JPL, jumping into 3 people, except that Evos SG seized control of that fight instead. They did not lose Potato, And Impunity SG did not have a really good counter, or rather they did not respond well in the previous side. So Evos SG kind of be like, the previous fight, it wasn't so good, let's try again.
Exactly, so you know, they did a, takeaway gets ejected, but not gonna get finished here. Potato is going to try to capitalize on this fight right now, stealing the blue buff away from Impunity SG, and they are trying to go put on some pressure actually onto Impunity SG.
And just like that, the Lord will be marching down in the bottom lane, fighting for the cause of Evos SG, while Impunity SG will have to sit behind inside of their base, waiting for the opportunity to just bring the wall of pain.
JPL is just waiting for a chance to catch somebody, just somebody from Impunity SG. But look at Miku. Miku taking a little bit too much damage, and the tier 3 turret is going to go down. Tiny rushes all the way in, 1v5. Look at Reminiscence, looking a little takeaway, gets ejected and smashed. Literally a Tau bomb.
Oh man, now the bottom lane is gonna be sieged up. Impunity only have 4 men as now Rizal jumps right in. He wants to do something about it all, but unfortunately the Hard Gun's just gonna be right on top of Girl while he's in the back dragon form. There's no way that he's gonna go straight down. He is outside the fountain, waiting for Miku to come right up, and they have seized control of the entire match. Benedetta goes straight down.
They eject in from the fountain onto Miku.
Oh my! Now that is a game.
What an ejector